Leaving your family is never easy for anyone. But sometimes we have to do it to find our own tomorrow. After losing both of his parents, the little kid named Guy has set out on a journey to find his tomorrow. He's living in the Stone Age and doesn't have any well-developed vehicles to boost his speed. All he can do is walk toward the light. He thought it would be a small journey, but years have passed and Guy hasn't found a clue about his destination. Then suddenly one night, he meets another teenager. It's a beautiful girl named Eep. She feels so fortunate to meet someone of her age and instantly falls in love with him. She introduces Guy to her family called the Croods. Everyone loves him except her dad Grug. Though Eep has no intention of leaving Guy's side. She is tired of living in a cave and wants to find a new home, what Guy calls tomorrow. But this journey is making Eep's love grow deeper and deeper. They are passing through the canyons, but a bunch of kangaroos attacks them out of nowhere. Luckily, Grug's family is a pack of fighters and they know how to defend themselves. Grug wishes to keep his pack together forever, but now it seems impossible. Eep has found someone else with whom she wants to spend the rest of her life. Regardless of how hard Grug tries, there's no way Eep is breaking up with Guy any soon. They wish to have a romantic time, but they can't find a single moment of privacy. The pack has reached the desert. Grug suggests they should set up their camp and rest for a while. He divides the tasks among the members. Everyone finishes off right away except Guy and Eep. These love birds are living in a totally different world and Grug is fed up with them already. He doesn't want her daughter to ever leave his side. Later that night, while everyone else was sleeping, Guy confessed his love to Eep with a proposal stone. He asks her if she wants to have a home of their own and start a new life. Eep agrees right away and they start planning their future. Little did they know Grug has heard everything and he isn't ready to accept that his daughter is a grown-up now. The next morning comes with a surprise. Everyone was sleeping peacefully when they heard a strange sound. It's coming from the bushes. The pack takes their position to attack the predator, but it turns out to be Grug. He woke up early and found a hidden treasure. Deep inside the forest there lies a wooden barrier. And on the other side of this barrier, there's a whole new world. A world filled with sufficient food and crops. The Croods haven't eaten much for a long time. On seeing so much food they can't control themselves. They keep eating until they can't stand another bite. Suddenly Grug notices a banana. He hasn't eaten one for a long time. When they try to reach it, a trap catches them all. After a while, two people walk forward and introduce themselves as the Bettermen. This world has been discovered and modified by this couple. Surprisingly, they know Guy. He had been brought up with them from an early age. Phil and Hope seem really glad to meet Guy after such a long time. They welcome them to visit their home. In the past years, the Bettermen have figured out several ways of living a modern and decent life. Their house has advanced features that are miraculous to the poor cave people. This couple also has a daughter named Dawn who's Guy's childhood friend. They still get along really well. Eep should be jealous at this moment, but she's not, because she's happier to meet another girl of her age. The night sets in. Phil offers everyone separate rooms to live in. For the first time in life, the Croods get to experience what privacy is. However, Grug is not happy at all. He believes that his family should sleep and eat together like they used to. His wife Yuga tries to convince him to stay. This way he doesn't have to separate from his daughter. They might be in separate rooms, but at least they are in the same place. Meanwhile, Phil and Hope are executing their own plan. They were always worried about their daughter being left alone. But now they have found Guy with whom Dawn can continue her life. However, Hope is suspicious of the relationship between Guy and Eep. She's ready to break them apart and let Dawn get together with Guy. As the sun rises, the Bettermen wake up Guy and sends him to spend more time with Dawn. Guy is fascinated by everything he experiences in this new world. Not only him, but other Croods are also enjoying the luxuries. Grug and Eep get frustrated with their family's behavior and start looking for Guy. But a surprise is waiting for them. Guy has completely changed his appearance and becomes one of the Bettermen. He also advises Eep to do the same, but she's not ready to leave her real identity. Eep gets doubtful of her love for Guy and isolates herself, but Dawn keeps following her. She wants to know more about Eep. Her scars bravely impress Dawn really deeply. Her parents never let her get out of the huge walls. She's just like Eep, who wants to get out of her cave. Hearing her story, Eep decides to give Dawn a memorable ride. They get on the tiger and jump over the wall. It's the first time Dawn is experiencing a life full of freedom. She is living the best moments of her life. Suddenly they collapse into the honeybee's nest and Dawn gets bitten. But she's not feeling any pain at all, as she's just so happy to get her first scar. Meanwhile, the Bettermen are trying to get rid of Grug's family. Hope indirectly tells Yuga to leave their house, while Phil takes Grug to a sauna to convince him. He starts to brainwash him and makes a deal. Grug wants to live with his daughter forever, so he lets Phil keep Guy. When he returns home, Yuga brings him back to his senses. Guy is a part of their family, and they can't let anyone take him away. The night has already come and Eep returns with Dawn. Guy catches them on the way. He gets angry on seeing Dawn suffering from the injury and scolds Eep for being an irresponsible cave girl. The word cave girl starts to echo in Eep's mind. She never thought of Guy looking down on her. At the dining hall, everyone's sitting in a fierce mood. Phil takes it as a chance to announce the deal made between him and Grug. This creates chaos and everyone starts fighting with each other. Grug shouts and stops everyone. He decides to leave this place with his family and asks Guy if he wants to join them or not. But Guy refuses to leave the luxurious place. Eep feels disappointed and walks away saying that she had fallen in love with the wrong man. Before leaving, Grug confesses that he has eaten all of the bananas. This enrages Fear in Phil and he rushes toward the wall. The bananas were saved to feed the monster across the wall. Phil has never seen him before, but throwing bananas across the wall causes the monster to go back. But now there are no bananas left. Someone starts to beat at the wall and breaks it down. Surprisingly, there's just a little monkey. Grug makes fun of Phil, but suddenly hundreds of wild monkeys start jumping in. They catch Grug, Phil, and Guy and carry them away. The Croods decide to follow the clues to find their men. Hope is reluctant to join them, but seeing Dawn's concern for her father, she agrees to the plan. Guy is being carried by the wild monkeys, but all he's thinking about is Eep. Same on the other side. Eep is angry, but she can't get Guy out of her mind. You can't stop loving someone in just a day. The Croods have reached the stone bridge full of land sharks. Hope is not ready to risk her life and tries to change routes, but Yuga doesn't agree. Their ride gets unbalanced and they fall into the river. After swimming out, they lose their way. Gran takes charge and tells everybody that she will figure out a solution. Gran takes the fluffy monster off her head and sends it to find a way. Hope believes that the plan is useless and she starts to panic. In anger, she calls the Croods dumb and dirty. Afterwards, she starts running away blindly and gets stuck in a cave. A huge husky spider proceeds to attack her, but Eep comes over to the rescue. The Croods are ready to fight, but Dawn stops them. The spiders only wanted to save their babies, just like Hope wants to, but her way of doing that is wrong. Meanwhile, the monkeys have taken the men to their shelter. Numerous other monkeys are living there. They all have powerful and unique skills. There's no way humans can fight against them. The monkeys share all the information with their leader. Luckily, Guy can understand the language and proceeds to talk to the leader. These monkeys were living in an oasis filled with bananas. There were enough for each one and the leftovers were fed to a monster. But suddenly one day their water supply was cut off. The oasis withered away and the monkeys had to borrow bananas from the Bettermen. Hearing this story, Phil shares his knowledge about building a water supply. But he accidentally confesses that he was the one who stole the monkeys' water resources. The monkeys get angry and want revenge. They start attacking from all four sides. Now Guy and the others are trapped inside a cage and they will soon meet their punishment. But they still have hope as Gran's pet found them. It takes the message back to the pack. Their Eep is suffering from heartbreak. She is taking out her anger on the poor trees and stones. Yuga tries to calm her down, but Eep is still in denial and believes she doesn't care about Guy anymore. Yuga smiles at her daughter and tells her, "If it hurts, then it means you care, and it's worth fighting for." This statement gives Eep a new ray of motivation. She is going too fast for her love. Hope is softening down too. She wonders why the Croods saved her regardless of her rude behavior. In response, Eep only says one thing: "The pack always stays together." Gran's pet has shown them the way. The women are ready to face the enemy. This reminds Gran of her youth when she used to fight in a team called Thunder Sisters. Inspired by that, she gave everyone new names and they set out on the rescue. Guy and his mates are taken to the monkey stadium. Soon they will be fed to the monster. Instead of finding an escape, Grug and Phil start fighting each other. Guy jumps in to stop them, but all his attempts are in vain. Grug and Phil call each other bad names and accuse each other of being incompetent fathers. They are fighting with words and the words are hurting them more than a weapon could ever do. This makes Guy realize his mistakes. He had hurt Eep deeply with his words. But now it's too late to look back. Guy and his mates are being dressed up as bananas and they will be sacrificed to the monster tonight. In their last moment, Grug and Phil apologize to each other. Guy is repenting of his mistakes too. The ground starts to shake and an enormous monkey rises from the deadly red smoke. He's ready to eat his meal, but wait. Thunder Sisters are here. The monkeys get ready to stop them, but the Queen of Winhams is not stepping back. While Fireheart is ready for a head-to-head fight along with her sister Sunset and their mothers Bloodhorn and Bogwater. The monster puts the men inside his mouth, but Gran got the right move. She throws her pet inside the monster's nose, which makes him sneeze out his meal, though he's not giving in. Eep distracts the monster and takes him on a different route, but Grug and Phil accidentally slip away. Phil advises Grug to run away alone, but he's not doing that, because the pack always stays together. This sweet interaction evolves a new relationship between Grug and Phil. Now they are the Banana Brothers. Together they make it safely out of the cave, but Guy has returned to rescue Eep. They climb over a skull to run away from the monster. They are hanging over a deep hole and the ropes can break anytime. Before anything else happens, Guy wants to say something really important to Eep. He spent his whole life searching for a tomorrow, but it wasn't a place but a person. And that person is Eep. Saying this, he hands out the proposal stone. However, the monster wants to interrupt the romantic moment. Fortunately, the Croods and Bettermen have come to help. They start throwing stones, but a bigger push is needed to make the monster fall into the pit. Guy has an idea. He rubs his stone necklace with the proposal stone to start a fire. The ropes burn down and take the monster along with them inside the deep hole. Everyone starts to celebrate, but it may be too early. The monster tries to come back and holds on to Eep, but the toe he grabbed is a fake one. This sends him back to the pit. After that, peace settles in. The Bettermen invite everyone to stay at their oasis, but this time there are no walls. The monkeys got a new home too, full of bananas. And finally, Eep and Guy have got together forever. Grub was always worried about his pack getting smaller, but in the end, it got even bigger. The strength lies in being together. Check out these other videos and make sure to subscribe and tap the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Leave a like and comment to help the channel out. See you next time.